he's about. He's for the people, about the folks, about the people.
About the people.
And this is the illegitimate son of Michael Jordan.
He is my father.
That's my
You
daddy.
got your mama size.
Then that's fine.
Hey,
fine.
in the building, y'all. Captain Clay is back, y'all. I'm just gonna give us a quick rundown. We had a chance to go into the simulator. Me and my niece and a few friends, my wife, some other family members. We all had a chance to go in, and I think we had a great time. We learned a lot.
Oh, boy.
We laughed a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Some people went to jail. Some people died.
They got locked up.
Some people got desk duty.
Some people shouldn't be
Some people
nowhere
got desk
near.
duty.
They shouldn't have a plastic spork.
Exactly.
Sport.
Hey, and y'all should be happy that some people don't want to be police.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's what I learned. Some people don't need to be police. How about that? Don't
At all.
need to be police.
I mean, at all.
All right, Cal, I got a question for you. I'm
Yes.
gonna start it off. I'm gonna start the
Yes.
go around
Let's
here.
go. First of all, I gotta thank y'all for having me, man. Can I say that
Whatever,
part?
man, whatever.
I want to
man.
thank y'all, man, for
Whatever,
real. Like,
Ding,
y'all-
ding.
Family.
Hit the police. Hit the police.
Hit it, man.
I mean,
hit
it's
it.
like an honor and a pleasure, man. Like, y'all welcome me. I went to the bathroom, and it got the police words right there at the top of the steps. It say, watch your head. Those are those famous words when you
Y'all
getting put
gotta
in
watch
the car.
it. Y'all gotta watch.
Watch your head, sir. You going?
Watch the last show. Y'all understand.
That's
Y'all
hilarious.
understand.
So I'm just glad that
Okay.
you all make me feel comfortable.
Question: True or false?
Yes.
Is it true if a second police car pull up, you going to jail?
You probably need to start calling somebody to figure out
What causes that?
your financial
But
situation.
when they come back after they run you,
No.
is that
Oh.
how that
They got
works?
to pick the car.
Or if they just tap that door and
The
say,
double tap.
just hold tight.
Hold tight.
I'll be right back.
I said
No.
that. Watch the shows.
No.
I said when you hear them words, if they give you the double tap, sit tight or hold tight, you going to jail, bro. Just go ahead and start putting your money in the
Yeah.
console
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
So in real life, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to jail. So it's just like backup. Like, so if we call out on the radio, say if I call out and say, hey, traffic on 5300 block of Kings Highway, that goes out to all the cars. So if somebody hears that, they'll probably just come by and be like, hey, you cool? You need me to hang out? You need me to stay? Sometimes they just want to be nosy. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
Sometimes we do call them. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to jail. Now, when you get like 3 and 4,
I mean, like,
we
what's the
take a little while to
percentage?
come back. We take a little while to come back. Yeah, you might want to
Is it
call somebody.
17% chance you going to
Yeah,
jail?
you might want to
53?
just go ahead and call somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get your bond money together.
And we talked about discretion last time he was here. He kind of went in on length about the officer's discretion,
Right.
all the way down the line. Now, as far as reprimanding an officer that's using his discretion to excessiveness.
Well, we don't really get in trouble for using discretion. Yeah, discretion is a good thing.
Right, I'm just saying, but just say if they let a murderer go.
Well, we wouldn't let a murder go. Now, if you let a murder go, you might as well go with him. Because you...
No, because I mean, I guess that's in the in the movies.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh man, we just had him. We let him go." You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what
if
I'm
you
saying?
don't...
probably
if
didn't know he was a murderer
Yeah,
at
if
that
you don't
moment.
know, yeah, then that's something different. But
what if
yeah,
they put out
usually
the
it's
APB?
low-level, non-violent things we don't trip off. Like, you got a little warrant for, running the stop sign or something. You just missed court. And we be like, you know what, Dave? Yeah, man, go on, bro. Like,
Now,
the
is
next
that because
dude
you
may
don't wanna
not
do
be...
the paperwork, or is it because you're using your discretion?
It could be
both.
both.
I thought once they run your
It could
name,
be
they
a
gotta
little
take
bit
it.
of both. But so, man, I can't really be telling y'all all this stuff.
No, yeah,
So-
you giving him.
We always give. Hey, we
So-
always give it, bro.
I will say this because I can't say it all. All right, give me damn fire. Listen, so I would just say be honest. Okay, if I ask you, hey, bro, you got any warrants or something? Be like, yeah, dog, I got a little traffic on. Like, don't lie to me, okay? Because then at
already
that
talked
point,
about it,
once
Dave.
we go a little further, then I'm gonna have to take you, if that makes sense. But without saying what I can't say.
That happened to me before. I did. I said, yeah, I think I got a warrant in Hazelwood back when I was in my 20s.
Yeah,
Right.
You going on tour.
like 2 weeks ago.
Nah, I went on tour. Like, They came and got
Oh, that
me,
Muni Shuffle.
and I went from Florissant to
that Muni
Hazelwood to
Shuffle.
Berkeley. I went on tour,
Muni
but they let me
Shuffle.
go that one time.
When we went out to the station, boy, when that gate closed behind us,
Ooh.
like,
Hey,
there were a
listen.
lot of people like, and they looked at me again like, you sure you do? Why we gotta go out to the bus and talk to folks?
Well, I got to put the orange jumpsuit on.
Shantae like, hold up, Dave. I'm pulling up here. Ain't nothing back here, but you gotta go in. It's a prisoner box. That's what she told me.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah.
Nah, I went on tour. I did. That was the last time I did. I didn't know if you didn't pay your tickets everywhere, they pick you up.
And
Oh,
being
I went
cool
3 different
goes
places.
a long way too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because attitude breed attitude. I'm not saying that
I
that's
agree.
right or wrong. You know what I mean? But we're human, right? Like, they want you to have all this training and that's cool, 1,000 hours a week, but you can't take the human factor out of anything. So if somebody get an attitude with you, especially when you being nice, then that's gonna make anybody
Yeah,
kind of
flip a little
flip a
bit.
little bit,
Right.
even though we're not supposed to. Right?
But when you just feel like or your experience has been just like extremely negative when it comes to that.
Say that again.
Like when you have that encounter, right? And it's more so your experience kick in, just from motherfuckers that ain't good cops.
Definitely. And
You know what
it's
I mean?
like sometimes people just had a bad day. Like, they just need to vent. You know what I mean? Like, they may have just got done finding out they kids done did something at school or whatever, and then I pull them over. They still mad. Like, so they not really mad at me. They just mad at what happened, and they just taking it out because now I'm compounding their problem.
So
Right?
do you see that?
So,
Like,
I mean,
as the officer, like, do you get a feel of that, or do it just
yeah,
be
it
more
comes
so
with
like
it comes
fuck
with
you too?
experience. It comes with experience, just like you all's job. Like, you know what I'm saying? When things happen, your experience just kicks in. Whether it's my man Mike, something happened while he tattooing, he know like, oh, my experience gonna tell me I need to do X, Y, Z, or with at the firehouse something happened. Like, this just gonna kick in, right? So it's easy to tell a difference between somebody really just like, man, up you, this is what we on today, and somebody that's having a bad day.
So, if it's 3 people speeding, who you chasing?
Yeah.
Who you flagging, Clay?
What kind of
The
car?
one that was
Depend-
going the fastest.
Okay.
You think? How you know?
I thought you
What
just
if they
look
all
for the
3 the
slowest
same?
car. Look for the car you think is slowest.
So-
So,
You pick the Charger over the
Y'all just
Nissan
getting
or
all
not?
the damn tea here. So
The light-skinned
basically
dude over
what
the
happens
dark-skinned
is
dude.
if there's cars coming,
Wait a minute, you pull up on the scene. I'm gonna redo it so I make it not easy.
No,
Like, you pull up on the scene and you see some suspicious activity, and 3 cars take off at the same time. Which car, would you figure to chase? Is that a call you make like? I mean, how do you decipher like who to chase?
well, it depends on the situation. Like why? What do I think that they're doing? Like, what did I see?
Right.
Like, all that plays a part in
Okay.
which one I decide. If you're talking about like just regular speeding, like on our device, if we have 3 cars, it picks up the car that's going the fastest.
So how does it decide? I mean, so what?
I can see which
So
one.
you just look up and then look down. And look
Yeah,
up,
and it's gonna pop. Yeah, the one that's going the fastest is gonna pop up, and then
So that's the
when I
one you
go.
chasing.
That's when I attempt to
That
pull
you
over.
tend to because police chasing
Well,
is
not
not
chasing. Don't try to
always.
get me
Not
jammed over
chasing.
here.
Not
I
chasing.
We
did
don't
not
chase.
say chasing. I'm going to
Hold up,
attempt
yo.
to stop.
So with that being said,
Attempt to stop.
with that being said,
Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. I know it. I
so
feel
how many cameras, how many cars got the camera that just pick up a plate that say traffic 1, traffic 1, traffic 1? So
I don't-
So you had to type it.
I don't know how.
No,
No, we
some
have.
they have 'em that
some
just-
we have license plate readers.
Readers. Yeah.
So yeah, we can just drive through a parking lot and it'll just hit on the plate that has a warrant, and then it'll pop up like this car is wanted
entrapment.
So
for.
are you obligated?
That's
to,
not entrapment.
Somebody
is-
got me like that.
How is that entrapment?
Trap.
Yeah, you pull up on the lot, and then the car gonna tell you what place is bad.
So how's that
You gotta
entrapment?
go back to the old days when you gotta when you
You ain't got to
when
do
you
no
flag.
investigation. Ain't no investigation
That's what I'm
involved.
saying,
Well, that
right?
helps.
How?
So okay, well let me ask you.
Come on.
We gonna answer
Here we
question.
go. Let's go.
So do you think it's wrong for officers to run people's plates?
Just pull up on the line and start running plays.
Yes,
I think
I
Is
don't
it
think
illegal?
wrong.
it's
No,
not.
it's
I think
illegal.
so.
No,
It's
not
illegal?
I'm not. No, it's not illegal.
Okay.
But I think it's wrong.
Why is that?
Spit
My
it out.
experience. I mean, I live in the city. I work in St. Peter's.
Okay.
I'm a city dude. Been in city got my whole life, and
Okay.
I'm black as a motherfucker.
Okay.
So every time when I first started working in St. Peter's, Mid Rivers Mall Drive to be exact,
Okay.
I got pulled over for 16 days straight.
Was it something wrong with your car?
No sir.
Okay.
He black in St. Peter's.
Well, see, that's a different situation,
That's like
right?
profile.
So, right, that's when you run into that. But if I just pull up on the lot
And just start running
and I'm
plates.
just running people plates, if your plates are good, I don't know. For one, I don't know who the cars belong to, and then for two, if your plates are good, you have nothing to worry about. I'm on to the next one.
Yeah, true, but at the same time, it's like,
You looking for action.
yeah, like
it-
it's like, why you fucking with me? Like my shit straight. Like you ran my plate, that motherfucker came
So
back
that's what
right.
I'm saying. That's the difference. If yours is legit, and then they do what they did to you, then that's profiling and that's wrong, and they need to be dealt with. That's what I'm saying. But if your plates are good, I'm on to the next one because again, I don't know who the car
But
belongs
if it's
to.
bad, damn it.
Yeah, no.
But if it's bad- because think about
it's still
this.
a ratio. Like you got to think. Like you giving me an honest answer, and I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
absolutely.
Right. And I'm not a criminal. I go to work every day.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like
Come on.
Say
you
it.
outnumbered. Like your mentality is outnumbered because I will get profiled. You get what I'm saying? Just because. Like I ride glass house. I ain't got no tints on my car. You know what I mean? But at
Right.
the same time, I got fucking scrubs on, dog. What you pulling me over for?
So can I ask you a question? Because again, that's wrong. And if officers that do that, they need to be dealt with, bro. I promise you. I wish I could just be like, you fired, you fired,
See
you
that
cool,
all the time.
you fired. I mean, I wish I could, but there's bad people in every profession.
Very
People that
true.
work at the bank, people that work at Burger King is bad. People that work
what
at
is he saying?
every single profession. So I would never ever make excuses for what officers do that's out of bounds, flat out.
So he's saying it's bad place on the lot.
So, but what I'm saying is, just
Yeah,
think-
but how do you?
What-
Because that could be a problem for you later.
But look, but this is what I'm saying. Looking at it from, so I have the perspective of seeing both sides, right? Where you all have only been on once, or have only seen one perspective. I hate saying sides, right? One perspective. So on the law enforcement side, it's our job to catch people doing bad stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Where
what they
the
set
people
out
on
to
the
do.
other side are like, y'all effing with me.
Right.
Right. So most of the time, all of the people that I've ever caught in my career, I've been doing this 24 years. All the people that I've caught in my career in 24 years that's been wanted for homicide, I've got on traffic stops. I've never been to anybody's house and said, "Oh, damn, you wanted for murder?" Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Like,
Oh, by the way.
the 95% of the big dope cases that I got, traffic stops. That's how people move. Right, so that's why a lot of officers do traffic. You have some that just like to write tickets. That's just their thing. Or some like dope and guns. Some people like DUIs. Like
Yeah.
sometimes officers have their own little niche in what they like to do, if that makes sense. But the majority of stuff that goes on is through traffic. Traffic accidents. We a lot of people be like, man, y'all outside. Well, for one, they'll complain. Man, all these people out here flying, they plates bad. I
Why
mean,
the
how many times
police
you
ain't
see
there?
that?
I get it
How
a
many
lot.
times you see that up and down
Why the
social media,
police
bro?
ain't there?
Man,
Yeah.
these temp tags from 2017.
Yeah.
Like, but then when we do traffic details, man, they do too much. Man, them boys out here on 70.
You
like,
ain't lying.
It's a
but they
double-edged
don't-
sword.
It's a double-edged sword. It's a no-win for us because they don't see the part where we're writing fatal accidents. You know what I'm saying, with families, because these dudes out here doing 90 and a 30. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason that we're out here, not so much to write tickets, but to be a deterrent and get these cats that's doing what they doing. Like,
I can dig it.
that's all. But again, to your point, the ones that are doing it are foul, don't need to be around, and they need to be dealt with.
So Clay, how does that feel? Like in most cases, it's such a
Thankless.
schizophrenic type of relationship when it comes to police and the citizens. And mainly the reason why I say that is because when something's going bad and something's happening to you, you want the police all over you.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
when you're in that situation where where you're being held accountable for something that you're doing. It's like, stay away from me.
I heard it.
So,
They be like, girl, I can't
what's the
stand the
balance?
police. F the police.
And they be the
Who
main
girl
ones that
call the
call.
police? My baby daddy outside.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
I think it's a compass. It falls back on the police officers, right? I feel like we should do more in garnering that trust in the community. You know what I'm saying? We need to get out of our cars, bro. If you work 8,
Absolutely.
10, 12-hour shifts,
I like that.
get out, man. If I see my man outside cutting his grass, I'm going to get out. Hey, what's up, bro? What's your name, man? Hey, I'm Clay, bro. Like, we're going to normalize being humans, right? So now I've made that connection with him. So if he's not home, I can say, man, bro, car ain't here, but it's another car here. Like, they don't,
Right,
maybe
right.
I need to hang out. Maybe I need to let him know, hey, man, I be seeing a car out here. It may be your cousin. It may be it may be like, hey, good looking out. He ain't supposed to be here, right? Just like nosy neighbors. I love nosy neighbors.
too.
I know people got away
Me
from that.
too.
I don't mess with my neighbors. I don't do this, man. I love my neighbors, right?
They
They
say,
called the
"I know
police
my
on my brother before because he was waiting on me. But they like, man, we kind of know how you move and you wasn't home. And this dude's out here for like 30 minutes. So I'm like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
And going
right, but
back
I think we need to do a better job of getting into the community and fostering those relationships and humanizing ourselves, right? Because I know when I first started, and I know Dave forever, man, and Mikey, you know, and when I first started, like if I come in to a situation, I like just start joning on you, like I don't care. I'll be like, bro, your head big as a mother. Like, damn, oh god damn, boy. You know what I'm saying? But like when I used to come in, people would get up and leave or be like, F the police or this and that. And I was so mad because I'm like, damn, I ain't even do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I talked to my mother one day and she just broke it down for me. She was like, they're not mad at you. They're mad at what you represent. Right? So every day that you go to work, son, try to get them to know you. Right? And I was like, damn, that makes sense. Like, and when I did, everything just started popping.
What I'm saying
Right.
is a lot of the difficulty has to do with a high police turnover because it's such a stressful job.
Very
and I
much.
think we kind of talked about that, just being all these traumatic experiences, and nobody really wants to be the police anymore because of the perception of the police. But then we don't get a lot of clays, you know, that come in this field because of the perception of the police.
And the other clays that are out here are getting burnt out.
Yeah.
Like they just like, man,
Doing so much.
I'll go work at
But the
Snooks,
key word
bro.
that
Like
you
I gotta
said, though,
do something.
the key word that you said is you used it, and I like the fact you used it. You said community, because I think a lot of people are occupying neighborhoods, and that doesn't necessarily mean a community.
No.
A community is more so a group of like-minded individuals. Like you said, your neighbor should be your friend. Should be somebody that you get to know, and that's kind of like I think the difference is.
So I just definitely think we need to do a better job.
So what's that like in a locker room though?
Which part?
Like, you know, when y'all at morning meeting or whatever.
Roll call is
Staff,
what they
roll
call
call.
I mean,
First formation.
so it's not first formation. Reason first formation. No, I mean we speak about it amongst ourselves, right? And one thing I said, I think I said it at the simulator. Like, I wish that we would make going to see the doctor mandatory.
Yeah, we did say that.
You know what I'm saying? Because we see a lot, bro. Like we see a lot, we deal with a lot. And we don't have outlets because we got this macho thing, this testosterone. Man, I'm good. I don't need to see no doctor, bro. I'm good when we really not good. And I think that if we did that, the excessive force cases would go down, right? Because that human piece I talked about, right? Where we could be just have it out with our boyfriends or girlfriends or wives or kids, and we get to work, and the very first call is a domestic, right? Now we carrying that from where we just came from, and now we got to help the person, right? And we could literally be in our car outside your house, right? I told you I'm gonna call you back. I got a call, right? Go in there, deal with you, get back in the car, and you know the woman done text you 17 times because they gotta have the last word. I know you wasn't on no call,
what?
Malcolm, whatever. But no, like that's stuff that we have to deal with, right? And so if we make it mandatory, then it wouldn't be a thing of, ooh, Dave going to the doctor. And you'd be like, yeah, but you going Tuesday.
So yep,
You see what I'm saying?
Everybody got to go.
Everybody got to go because the only time we get that is when we get hired. And if we're involved in like a shooting or something like that, then we have to go through some therapy. But other than that, I think it should be made mandatory.
But no, it's funny when I You commented on it. I put Clay was coming on the show, and what Pedro say?
Oh yeah.
He said Clay ... I don't even like police, but he's straight though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am
Then
I
he
right?
inboxed me.
Am
He was
I
like,
right,
"Man,
man?
I appreciate what you did for my family, man."
Hey, like, and that was
Yeah.
deep to me. 'Cause
Yeah.
he said I don't even like police, but he was like,
Yeah.
with him.
I mean, you don't
he's
have.
straight.
I mean, I know
You know what I'm
I know some cops, so I could tell. I can run down 2 names of people I know that I can say I like you.
Dang, too.
Yeah,
Just
but at the same, but I guess. So you've been 25 years, so therefore you was in during Operation Freedom War. So you watched all the military soldiers that couldn't get a job or be a cop come in. So at this point in time, in 2024, because those ex-military guys that just came from deployments coming home, and the only job they could get was being a cop. And you know that just like I do, am I right?
Absolutely.
So with that question being asked, we also know that's when the rise of officer shootings went up as well. So we're not gonna refer to the past, but we're gonna focus on the future. So at this point in time, where do you feel that sits within our realm of living with those ex-military guys that have those bravado, shoot first mentalities, kick in the door, bomb search on any type of pullover mentality, and then they revert to being officers? Where are we at in that format now from a Clay?
I think that it's gotten a lot better. To me, it's about changing the culture, right? Because no matter if you are one of those guys, you know, I'm a big sports guy, so I think that the team takes on the characteristics of his coach. You know what I'm saying? So if your chief allows things to happen, it's just going to trickle down, right? So if the culture is changed, we ain't going to allow him to do a certain thing, or you can't be here, right? Another thing is,
Inside accountability.
there it is. And also, we have to get involved, right? I know she referenced the officers, I mean, the black officers are just diminishing, like, and so we can't have a neighborhood that reflects us if we don't get in the
not there.
game. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't get in the game, they have to hire somebody. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And so if we get in the game, that's how we're able to change things, right? So me getting in the game, just for, as an example, making the rank of captain, I was able to weed out cats that shouldn't be there, right? You have to police like this, or you can't police her. Bottom line, I'll get rid of your ass. We can go have a drink later on, for real. I'll buy you a drink at the
High-five
club.
you and take you to lunch.
Like-
High five,
Like
my
flat
brother.
out, you just can't be here. But you have to be in those positions to be able to do those things.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So whether it's voting to get these people in the office that are going to really do the job of the people and not of them, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff makes a difference, because we can march, we can do all of that stuff, but it changes are made within. She knows just as well as I do. Changes are made within.
So
Right.
it brings me to my question, because, well, not my question, my conversation with you about all of the community work that you do. This is what community looks like. I see that. That's his little hashtag. I'm not even gonna say a little hashtag. No, we don't do that. We don't
like,
do
why
that.
do they like that,
This ain't no little hashtag.
I mean,
dog.
they like that.
It ain't no little nothing.
we
I
see
see
your
your
little
big old.
hat.
I see your big old
We see your little
hashtag.
hat. We
you
see your
can't
little
say that
car.
either.
I see your highfalutin
I see your little
hashtag.
shirt.
I see that little Harvard degree you got.
We see the
I
your
am
little
so
shoes.
sorry. I see your big old highfalutin hashtag of this is what community looks like. To talk about some of the things that you are doing, because that could, breed the next Clay Farmer, in terms of policing.
So,
Good question.
like, just knowledge is power, right? No matter what the topic is. So, anytime I get to do things like this, talking to our youth, whether it's programs that we've started, like that's how you get the ball rolling.
What programs? Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
Throw them out there, baby.
like one program we started, myself, Prosecutor Bell, and Reverend Charlene Hughes, was Humanity in the Middle. We started that after the Philando Castile verdict, and people were upset, like as they should have been, right? So, but at the same time, I'm a person of solutions, right? Whether it's my kids, whether it's people that work for me, whether it's whatever. If you come to me with a problem, my next question is going to be, so how we going to fix it? How we going to fix it? I mean, I see up and down Facebook, man, it's messed up, this messed up, this messed up. Well, I don't see people saying, but we should do XYZ, right? We should do XYZ. So we all got together and said, man, what can we do to start to move this community forward, right? And so I called Charlotte at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'll be all over the place. And she was like, boy, what the, you calling me? What happened? And then I said, I got it, right? And I was like, we should take these kids outside of their comfort zone with officers, right? And we can just chop it up. I don't know what it's going to look like. We need to talk about it. So what we came up with was, we take 20 to 25 area high school kids on an all-expense paid trip. We visit different cities, and we visit historical sites and HBCUs. The chaperones are police officers or other people from the community, like I know Prosecutor Bell goes, CEOs of companies like Dr. Holmes, so they can see us outside of our uniforms and what we do day to day. And now we're just Clay or we're just Wesley, like, you know what I mean? We're humanized, and we were going to fly, but we were like, you know what? No, we're going to drive, because this is how we build these relationships. So yeah, so by the time we got there, we getting out at the stoplight having dance contests and rap battles and Uno and card. They like, man, we didn't know you were J's, Captain. I'm like, man, I'm more J's than all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Or Prosecutor Bell, you like
you be a police, you get these J's.
Right, I'm just saying, that's what it is. So the thing that we stick our chest out about the most is out of these 7 years, all the kids have gone on to college or trade school or to the military. So we batting 1,000. And these aren't all the A school A kids. Ding, ding. These aren't all the A kids.
Ding-dings.
Right. These are some of them were on the fence. Right.
That's what they used to call a gang abatement program, man.
The gang abatement?
They did that in the city.
Yeah, that's probably
especially Walnut Park.
Talking about
Okay.
straight shit.
No, gang abatement was different. It was where you took missions. If you ever heard of Mission St. Louis, they're doing that. They're doing that right now with their new process where you taking people that come from the neighborhood
Take 'em out the
that
neighborhood.
have the mentality and the drive to go into the trenches of where the real problem is and be mentors and talk and mediators as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
And we talking about from here all the way to Washington D.C. They just had a conference a couple of weeks ago, but
I love it.
that's something I would definitely love to talk to you about.
Yeah, we can chop it up.
Opposed to some other things too, but
Yeah.
you know.
And what we did with Humanity in the Middle, you have to do a 500-word essay. You just don't get to go out of nowhere. You have to do 8 hours of community service. Right, that's how you pay for the trip, and then you need 3 letters of reference.
Look at God.
So yeah,
Look at God.
Look.
won't he do it?
So back to the captain.
Come on, man.
Captain.
Y'all just trying to get the inside
I
scoop
know
on
he
how to
wanted,
get out of jail.
So y'all want me to tell y'all the best time to speed? You want me to say that, man?
Yeah, no, say that for the next time.
I speed all day.
I just can't do
26
it.
and 9.
I just can't do
Well,
it.
you don't have your
My heart won't
speed
let me
thing.
do it.
So when you have a conflict between officers, what are the steps for that? Just say you say you pull up on a scene and you see another officer handling the situation really out of control, and you feel like you might need to, however y'all do that. What is the aftermath?
I'm
of that?
going to assert myself first of all, like with the George Floyd thing. Like if I'd have pulled up, like it would have been the other way around. Like he would have probably been getting choked out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you finna get off,
that.
dude.
I
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's insane. That's insane. I'm
So
keeping
you
it
say
bean.
so.
Like
Yeah, so-
no, like I don't. No, sir, man. It's not our job to be the judge, jury, and executioner. Right? You could be the biggest D-boy in the city. You can go to church. That's not our job. Our job is to get justice for the people that did that to you. Right? Not to judge.
what's up, man.
Not to judge what you did.
That's what's
So that man should have been able to have his day in court,
That's what's
just like anybody else. Flat out. And that's where we went. I kind of got off course when we talked about the culture, right? Because as many hits that man had on his record, it ain't no way he still should have been an officer. So I blame the chief on down. I blame that whole department for that.
Gotcha.
Because you allowed
Good
him,
job.
you allowed that to happen.
what's up.
Right? You enabled that man to keep doing it. He kept giving him slap on the wrist. So until it actually blew up. So yeah, I'm gonna, and if it's something like that, what you talking about, and I have to intervene, then that's what I'll do at that time. Then after that, it kind of depends on what the policy is, because everybody's policy is different.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go by that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I thought maybe it was a standard. Just say y'all get into it and it come to y'all straight fighting.
Oh, well, that's. I
You and
mean,
another
He
officer.
said
hey,
it's
believe it or
different.
not, bro, I done seen it. Like people.
That's what I'm
listen,
saying. So what-
we gonna keep it a bean, right? So
There we go. That's what I
No.
want.
I
That's what
know
want.
this
That's what
this
I want.
whole,
Y'all gonna keep
and I get it. The back the blue, we look out for each other. Man, no, it's not all.
They be in there
I-
fighting,
man.
No,
Listen, I done seen some cats
Police
getting
fight
it
against
in, bro, on the parking lot, in the locker rooms. Man, we get pulled over sometime. They a-holes to us. It don't like it happens. Like
That's my
every
next question.
every single person just don't be like, oh, you the police, you cool. Like no. Like,
Y'all closer to going to jail than
I'm
anybody
telling.
else.
And that's
That's
what I
for a
tell the
fact.
recruits. Cause I teach at the academy, right? I'm like, bro, my main thing is don't do anything you can't write yourself out of, right? Because I'll ask you all while we right here, what's the most like if I was in uniform right now, even though I just got my Dion Pearl on,
Right.
Colorado,
Prime.
Coming.
we coming.
Prime
But
in the building.
if I had my uniform
Pause.
on, what would you think would be the most powerful tool that would be on me,
Your pistol.
right?
I say the badge.
Your badge.
your vest.
Your badge.
It's my pen. Because depending on what I write down, I could send you to prison for the rest of your life.
Oh,
I can't send you nowhere with my gun or my badge or none of
You can
that.
send me to Evan with your badge, because you know I
No,
shoot
no,
first
no.
and ask questions later.
No, it's once I get to that
report.
computer and what I put down in that report. And that's what I even tell the young people. They
And it
always
becomes
say that.
gospel too
Oh,
once
it's
you do
the
it.
gun. No, sir, it's this. What I write down or what I type. But I can,
sense.
wee.
that makes
You know what I'm
sense. Cook
saying?
somebody. You can cook somebody. Get that.
Ben, listen,
Tongue
sir.
is sharper than a sword.
there it is. Talk to him.
This they just passed that constitutional carry law. Now,
What
basically what it's
constitution?
saying is that it's also known as a permitless or unrestricted carry that allows you to legally carry a handgun openly or concealed without needing a permit.
Oh, my
Yeah, that's
God.
been out for a while.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not-
Yeah,
yeah.
you're saying-
It's
so what do you
and
think?
Missouri is an open carry state. So
And you can be 14 and carry
So-
openly.
I ain't heard
You in
that.
the state of Missouri,
That's what I'm-
absolutely
so
you can.
Mentally, do you believe a 18-year-old is ready? I mean, not in the military. You know, you can go in the military. You've been trained. But I'm just saying, a regular, non-military 18-year-old. Do you think the mental capacity of not all, but most of your 18-year-olds, do you think they are competent enough to carry it in the big picture?
Most 18-year-olds no. But I think more so is I think you should at least have to have some type of safety training. Right? Because criminals going to carry them. Like, it's just what it is.
It's part of the uniform.
I went to the range the other day and dude got put out because he's shooting 2 choppers like this. Like, they like, boom, burn, burn. Sir, you the hell? What are you doing? Right. That's why we shoot all the innocent people, sir. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have some type of safety training because a lot of the shootings happen are accidental shootings, actually. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to clean the gun. They don't know how to care for it. So that's why when these dudes out here shooting reckless and they jam up and all, right, because you don't even know how to damn clean the gun, right? So I think bare minimum for the law-abiding citizens, you should at least have to go through a safety course to be
The
able to
state of
carry.
Missouri says you can be 14 years old and carry a gun, and people don't know this, and that's why y'all seeing these kids out here openly carrying pistols that match their shoes, and that was for like outstate
Hunt.
Missouri people for hunting
Hunting laws,
purposes,
yeah, it's
but they didn't
crazy.
recognize that inner city kids and these police officers cannot come and stop a kid from walking around with AR-14 hanging from their side because you can be 14 years old and if you don't have a
Man, that's
conceal and carry
insane.
permit. And since you don't have to have a conceal and carry permit, as young as 14, you can carry
That's part of their agenda.
a pistol.
Man, that's
Yeah.
Not
insane.
mature, man.
It
They
is.
mature till
No,
they
not
about
at all.
25.
And then your
Yeah, I
thought
agree.
process, you don't think.
So that's
you
why
don't
you
think.
get more shooting. You see, we come from the day
Right.
of knuckle up.
Right.
You know,
You
knuckle
gotta
up,
call
I see
somebody to
the
go
war.
get the gun.
Put some
Like,
hands
No,
on it.
I mean, by the time,
They
like
can't
I
knife
said,
it,
yeah.
by the time you call your friend and he go steal his daddy gun,
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
All right, over with.
the beef, it's
Yeah,
over
it's done.
with.
We
You-
back
you-
playing. We back
Right,
hooping.
you out there playing around like, well, I'll see him.
Have I
Yeah,
told you how
I
nice I am with my hands there? I just wanted to put that on record. I'm real nice with these hands.
Hey,
You don't even get to show out no more because everybody got guns. You know.
Yeah, I don't really get to. Yeah, you're right about that.
that super crack man proves you wrong.
Hey
that
man,
big boy.
we ain't really have to.
Come on,
You ain't have to bring
Y'all
that
wasn't
up.
here for super crack.
I
man.
got punched in the face
Hey,
one
yeah.
time. And we gonna,
Never let you live it down.
Never let me live it down.
Give me your own
Hey,
people.
look, that's
Hey,
like that
super crack hit
crossover.
that
for
ice.
Jordan.
He said a super crackhead, man.
Hey, what Pop say?
One crossover on Jordan.
Live to fight another day.
Live to fight another day. Yeah, he said
Hey,
super
that
crack
guy
man.
said, man, you just hit me in my motherfucker.
Yeah,
Clay said,
I
hey,
didn't
it was
approve of
funny.
that.
If y'all watched the first, the funniest part about that, he said, yeah, and I also learned distance that day.
Oh yeah. I mean, woo though.
So, curiosity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With the fact being brought out with 14 and what you learned today, what do you feel with children being trained for gun security?
I would be good with that. Again, it's all the safety part for me, right? Because it's a difference between the people that shouldn't have them and your law-abiding people,
Right.
right? So when people say, you know, I took the classes, what should I do if I get pulled over? And I say, you should still tell them, right? But they tell us we don't have to. I get that. But you can still tell them because now that puts that officer at ease. Because just like you could have had some trauma from past traffic stops or whatever, that's the same way with officers, right? We could have had a fight on the traffic stop. We could have gotten to a shooting. You see what I'm saying? So we're both dealing with that trauma piece. So when we're walking up on the car, you may be thinking, damn, it's about to happen again.
Absolutely.
And we may be thinking, damn, it's about to happen again. So if you were to tell me that, that would just take it all out of me, right? Because criminals ain't gonna tell you that. Criminals ain't, for the most part, ain't gonna say, bro, I got 8 choppers in my right up under I'm sitting on, like.
That go both ways.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You might tell a cop you got one, and he might nut up. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know if you should tell him or you shouldn't.
Absolutely, but I say tell him, right? Because more often than not, that's going to put him more at ease. Yeah, he may still check it and make sure it's legit and make sure it's good, but that part of just, man, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the
It's
build-up.
not 100% proof. No doubt about it.
I know, but I'd rather not tell him. And if he had to get to the car and search the car and find it, I'd rather for him to have it then. You know what I'm saying? And me saying, yeah, I got a gun in here, and the motherfucker
Yeah, see, I don't
he
think
nut
that's
up. So if he gonna do what he gotta do and write the ticket, or if he want me to get out to search the car, all right, you search the car and find the gun. And then
I'll
we
tell
can
you
go
if you
from
gonna
there.
search the car,
Now
huh?
you got the gun in your hand. You know what I'm saying?
I got 2 good questions.
Uh-oh.
First
He
question.
said good ones.
First question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a gun in the car, but ain't no bullets in it, and the clip is in a different place. The reaction. Second question is the picture on the ID.
Is
Picture
what was
on
the
what
second
I
one? What you mean?
Just ask him one.
The picture on the ID. Like, I've always been taught that they have a big part to play. I've always smiled on my ID and put it.
Oh, really?
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't
what?
know
I
that.
don't even-
I
I
ain't never know
ain't
that.
never even really tripped off that.
Really?
Be honest with you. No, I just be tripping on the license.
You
Like,
might well hand out the winner. I got grandma cooking.
right.
I always smile on your ID if you can put a time.
Interesting.
Man, it not because okay. So for us, again, like you kind of did something until you didn't, right? Because like when we pull you over, you already know who we are, right? You know what we got, we all that.
You don't know what.
I don't know who's in that car, right? So I don't know what I'm walking up on. So the person cheesing could be a deacon in the church and got 10 pounds in the car. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really trip off that. I trip off the person, right? Just like we talked about this in the simulator as well. I like to get people's license before I tell them what they did. And so some people will say, no, you need to tell me what I did. And I was like, I'm not going to tell you. I just said, can I see your license and insurance? Then I'll tell you what I did for 2 reasons. For one, I like to address people by their names. So I'm going to say, oh, hey, Mr. Johnson, this is the reason that I stopped you, right? For 2, if you give me your information, something happens, you pull off, whatever the case may be. Well,
I know it's Mr. Johnson.
Clay, that's a
it was
good
Miss-
segue.
I know it's Mr. Johnson.
I got a simple question. That's a good segue that you just said. You
You're
pull
welcome.
off. Why do police? And I see him do it. And I Googled it.
Touch
And I
the
want to
trunk.
go by Google.
We had that conversation.
Right.
You,
Why
if
do
you
we
was at the
touch the trunk?
simulator, you would know.
Yeah. So one reason is to make sure that the trunk is closed, right? So nobody will pop up out of it. You know what I'm saying? And for 2, we like to leave out. Man, bro, we've experienced these things, bro. Like Trust your boy when I when I tell you. So we want to make sure that trunk is closed,
Okay.
and then also our fingerprints are on the car, right?
Yeah,
Because
makes
sometimes what we're supposed to do is every time we pull somebody over, we're supposed to call out, right? Meaning, hey, I'm on traffic, 5800 block of Natural Bridge, blue Acura plate, blah 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 blah. We're supposed to do that. We don't do that every time. Most of the time, we'll just get out, come on up to your car, and be like, whatever. So if something happens, nobody knows that I'm out there. Right, so if that were to happen, then they would at least be able to find me on the back of the car.
Okay,
If you
that
end
makes
up in the
sense.
trunk.
If I end in the trunk,
I usually
That's a
ask
good
this to
one.
people who play sports, different sports. But you know, your job is a year-round thing too. So,
Yeah.
wintertime or summertime, which is worse?
Ooh, good question.
so it depends. Activity-wise, it's the summer, but the different crimes go up during the different seasons. So usually in the wintertime, domestics go up because more people are inside, right? And so you're around your spouse a little more. Not saying that's right. I'm not saying you got damn I'm tired of eating this chicken. I'm not saying that at all, right? But those typically go up a little more.
Bacon sometimes.
Yeah, and then the other car thefts go up
In the winter,
a lot. Yeah,
I guess people like
yeah. People leaving their
Because
car
they leaving their
running.
car running.
People cold walking, they gonna jump in.
Warm
So
their car.
Nah, they caught the bus over there in the day.
Yeah.
They leave at the bus stop running. They gotta
Yeah.
get to the crib. Like,
gas
so
station,
activity wise, I
getting
would
gas,
say
leaving the
probably
car running.
yeah,
Ghost.
Summer, yeah.
Ghosts.
Because now you got guns and
People
people
outside.
outside,
More
and
people
when you
outside.
outside, it's so
I mean
much
all
outside.
night.
Is domestic one of your most uncanny, like you don't know what might occur, or ties might change. He
my
beating her up,
situation
but
was
then
the
she.
domestic.
Ooh,
That's how the crack
yeah.
man got him.
Right? No, that wasn't domestic.
Ah, hell
They
no.
was just trying to make him leave, and I didn't appreciate what he did to me. I'm gonna just say that right now. That was uncalled for.
When we find him, we gonna beat
I was
his
being
ass.
nice to that man. But yeah,
Your
I
reaction
spoke,
to that
I
kinda
spoke
spoke
to
a lot, though.
I spoke to a group earlier today about domestic violence, and it is like
Mm-hmm.
that domestics and traffic stops are two of the most dangerous for police officers. That's where we get killed the most, right?
Emotion.
And their emotions are high, and like I got stabbed in my shoulder on a domestic call. Yeah, and so she got beat up really bad. I mean, this lady got beat up. She calls, we get there. Long story short, my partner is getting ready to take her. He's cuffing. I mean, I'm sorry, him. He's cuffing him. He wasn't paying attention. She had grabbed a knife and was getting ready to stab him because she didn't want us to take him. So since he didn't see him, I pushed him out of the way, and when I pushed him, that's when she stabbed me in my shoulder. Yeah. And
Too much.
it was. Well, I won't say that part, but yeah,
You shouldn't have hooked her.
but it's crazy because a lot of times we'll lock these guys up for that, and by the time we get to the station, they'll be down there trying to drop
Bail
the
'em
charges
out.
or bail them out.
Bail 'em
Yeah, so you know if it's sad, and I know it's get kind of frustrating if some of us may know people that have dealt with domestic violence, whether it's directly or indirectly. You know what I mean? And it's like until that person is ready to leave, most of the time they ain't going to leave. But you got to say something and stick by them. You know what I'm saying? And I tell the story of my sister that, you know, her husband killed her. Right? He stabbed her 65 times and left her in an abandoned field. You know what I'm saying? My sister. And then he drove to North Carolina and told his mother what he did and his son, and he turned himself in North Carolina. You know what I mean? So when I'm on these scenes and I'm talking to these families or we bring them into the office, I can empathize with them. Like, and it's not just blowing smoke. Like, it hit different when they hear this story. It's like their whole demeanor just kind of changes. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, y'all, you're not here, you're not here alone, right? I mean, I feel that, and it hit different, man, when it hit home. You know what I'm saying? Because I showed out. I tried to get them in court. I mean, I did it all, bro. I was like, just bring me some draws and some T-shirts, baby, because I'm going. You know what I'm saying? But my mother, on the other hand, her and my father, and Mike them know them, they on a different level with Jesus, man. Both of them are ministers.
Forgiving.
And my mother talked to that man every single week while he was locked up. Every single week. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, until you forgive him, he's going to run your life, man. You know what I'm saying? He's controlling you. Every day you don't let it go, he's controlling you. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't until 2022 because she lived in Georgia. She was in the military, and he had just retired from the military, and he was the pastor of their church. So yes, so when we talk about smiling on a license, man, you never know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, until we did that, and we went down there. We went by the house, we went by her job, and all that. It was just like a big weight lifted off of me. I was able to let it go. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't forget it, but I forgave him. You know what I'm saying? So
You ain't gonna forget that.
yeah, no.
Man, that's deep.
Oh my bad, we got to go.
Time running down. I just
that
got
was
one
good
last
for the
question for
viewers.
Clay. Hey man, do y'all have an obstacle course or something that y'all run? 'Cause
You saying it's
some
some
of the
fat dudes,
police
man?
get out the car and I be like, he ain't chasing
He working out every
nobody.
day. He
ain't
be posting
chasing
about his workouts
nobody
every
at all.
day.
Is there a physical, or do y'all have to do like a
I
training
think you do
course
that at the
where y'all run
beginning,
up
don't you?
a
Yeah.
ladder and swing
So-
across the pool, the moat, and go
It's
up under
them
the
donuts,
bar?
Dave. It's them donuts.
Do
It's
y'all
them
have to
donuts.
crawl up under the bar and
Man,
stuff? 'Cause
so
them guys' backs would be
in the
shot.
beginning, yeah, they have the fitness test, but then they kind of did away with them because
Can't nobody
they were like,
Ain't nobody.
well,
they
not
don't
really
care about
passed,
people
but they were
running
like, what reason was that they gave, man? People was falling out like liability. I don't know. So they kind of went away from it. I think it's the inner accountability where he was saying, man, like you need to have some type of pride
Least
about
every
yourself,
other
man.
year.
Like, you know what I'm
Least every
saying?
other
They
year.
got them old
I'm not
Charlie
saying
Brown
you
runners.
can-
It's all them damn donuts. I'm
I'm
telling
not
you.
saying you're gonna be in high school shape, but I think you should keep yourself in some type of.
We got 30 seconds. Do
Condition.
y'all really like donuts that much?
I don't like donuts. Dave.
You
know-
don't like
well,
donuts?
that's 'cause
y'all?
he
I
working out.
prefer.
He work out in the
Cupcakes.
morning, you know.
Hey, y'all.
Man, give it
Captain Clay was
Thank
back
y'all,
in the
man.
building.
Give
Y'all
it
know
up
we
for God
was
bless
having
y'all,
a
man.
great
Ding,
time.
I'm
ding,
grateful for being here, man.
Oh, hit your police thing.
When I leave here, I'm not running nobody plates.
Please don't, because mine expired.
I love you, Mike.
I'm writing you a
I love you, Dave.
We
What
are
about
off the
us?
air. When can we get it? When can we get the squad in for the simulator?
Oh man, it's like
I
2,000
shot first and asked
things in
questions
there,
later.
man.
I
We
killed
can
everybody
get
there.
No, man,
It's like
when can
2,000
we-
scenarios.
I know, but when can we come? I want us all to come.
I'm still going to shoot him.
Oh yeah, she shot everybody.
Yeah, she going.
just
I said
shot
you going. We gonna
everybody,
take you
y'all.
to the workhouse. You ain't even.
to be the police.
You ain't going to the
Good job.
I am not made to be the police.